Deborah wants to talk about how to keep things alive in a long-term relationship. So now we are finally back to sex again.
Oh, finally, the last
Yes.
minute.
Let's do it.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. So I actually saw your topic, and I was very fascinated by the fact I've been married for 20 years. The last 15 years of our marriage, we've been in a polyamorous relationship where I have a steady boyfriend, and my husband, not so steady. He just does his own thing. But I think that's one of the ways that before we made the decision to be polyamorous, we really had to, the key, I think, to taking your relationship to a whole nother level is open and honest communication, number one. Number two, you have to be honest about what you need sexually. If you are not honest and you keep thinking in the back of your mind, oh, I want to ask for this, but I'm ashamed because that was what I was brought up on or what have you, it does not work. And that's just my personal experience, but it is what I found to be true. It's like I have to be open and honest. And we do a whole lot of the taking the time to get to know each other, getting to my boyfriend. I have been friends with him for 25 years. And, 15 years ago, he became my boyfriend, and so we knew each other on a whole other level. The attraction was there. The chemical response in our bodies was there. And we're like, let's just take this to a new level. And it really makes you appreciate the differences that you have, but you feel so completely loved, and I feel so completely supported because I have that type of a relationship. And I can totally relate with what you guys were saying about the energy or vibrations. It is, you walk into a room and I see my husband, I see my boyfriend, and my heart just goes pitter patter, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're looking fine tonight, what have you. So, but yet, the thing, I guess, with us is that we also have a relationship outside of our sexuality or outside of sex. When I'm down and I'm having issues with my mental health, I can turn to either one of them, and they can actually turn to each other to help me through my crisis. And I think that if more people were open and honest about what they need completely, not just sexually, completely about what they need in their lives, we would have a heck of a lot more happy people in this world. We really would.
Well, damn, Deborah, I don't know why you called in to ask us. You've got that shit figured out. You've got it down.
You have got it down, and I talk a lot about.
I think the reason I called in is that I want to share that. I mean, I'm a 51-year-old woman. I've raised 3 children. I've done what have you, and in the last 15 years, I've decided that I need to be more honest about myself. And it was never this way before. It's only with this husband that I felt that I could be open and honest. And I think that if more, honestly, I feel like it's a little bit more with women than men, but I could be wrong. We're repressed, and I feel like we have to think one way, and we've been told we have to do this, that, and the other. But as a woman, I'm telling other women out there, girl, you have to find your happiness, and you have to find your inner wants and desires, because you can't expect your man to make everything okay for you. You have to be okay with yourself.
Absolutely. Beautiful point. Radical honesty. I talk a lot about radical honesty, and it is very, very difficult for people to allow themselves to be honest, but we just have to keep talking about it, keep opening up, telling stories like yours, because that's the only way that you're going to start to create the life that you want. You have to be really honest with what you do want. So beautiful work. Beautiful work. Very happy for you.
Absolutely. And one other thing is, like, the other thing that we do this other people have such an issue with is that we have 3 children. All 3 of the children know that we live a polyamorous lifestyle. All 3 of them do, because they're grown. They're adults. They can accept that mom and dad are actual sexual beings now. But, they accept it, and 2 of our children are polyamorous as well. So I think it's something that it's not that I taught them to be polyamorous, it's just that I gave them the opportunity to explore that avenue and your parents are okay with it. So I think that's just such a big thing. You have to be open and honest all the way around, and you are going to produce some really, if you have children, you're going to get children that are on a better level and they can accept themselves and love themselves.
Absolutely. Very nice.
I love that
Yeah.
advice, Deborah.
That is so like your story is so encouraging. I'm glad that
I
we
love
got
it,
to take
yeah.
your call last. Like, oh,
Yes,
this
perfect.
is it. Goals. Yes.
Yes, yes. A beautiful wrap up conversation. Just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Well,
calling in,
I
Deb.
I appreciate you guys giving me the time to like put a little voice out there. But I did want to let you know, is it Lianna or
Yeah.
Lianna?
Lianna.
I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I get the whole vibration thing. I get all of that. What you're trying to describe, I couldn't have done it either. I don't know how to put energy and
Thank you.
vibration. I don't know how to put that in any other terms either, but I get what you're saying. So, I just wanted to, put something out there so maybe somebody will hear it and go, hey, you know what? I need to be a little more open and honest with myself.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well,
I just love that she talked about the honesty with the children too, because that is a big thing that I see where people are hiding it from their children. Their children that are sometimes even in their 20s, and they still are not telling their kids that they've had an open relationship or bisexual
Yeah.
or whatever. And it's just,
Can you imagine accidentally finding out that your parents are polyamorous?
They will, and maybe they know. They will, and maybe they know. And what children tend to do is internalize it, and you're just setting them up for disaster in the end. You want to be as honest as possible about these things. It's sex. There's nothing wrong with sex, right? There's nothing wrong with it.
No, you're absolutely 100% correct that if you are not being honest with your children, you are setting them up for disaster. Because it's a policy in our house. We even had roundtable dinner discussions about, your sexuality. You like girls, you like boys. I don't care who you like. The only reason I need to know who you like is so I can point out a cute person to you and go, hey, that person's cute. Maybe you should pursue that.
Just so you can do the annoying mom thing. You got to do it.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do, and that's what I've been able to do with all three of my children because we have that open and honest relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that, Deborah. Good for you.
Yeah.
We need more parents like that. And it's amazing how when you're open with your children, how they do grow up more healthy. I have 3 children of my own, and 2 of them are bisexual, and one of them isn't quite there yet. But it's amazing you can raise these kids without the stigma that some of us grew up with.
Yeah.
And to see them never even have to deal with that is so it's so rewarding to know they're never going to know that.
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason for a stigma to be there. All I care about is that my children are happy. That's the only thing I care about. Are you happy with what your life is doing? And if you are, then I am 100% with you. If you're struggling, I'm 100% with you also, and I will help you through your struggle. There's no reason to struggle over your identity because it doesn't make a difference to me. You are who you are, and I love you.
Aw.
Wow.
Shout out to parents like Deb.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet.
Yeah, you're the best. This was a great call. We have to wrap up the show, but I'm so glad you called in. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Well, thank you for having me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye, Deborah.
Bye-bye.
Well, if there's a better way to wrap up the show, I can't think of it.
Yeah, just be like, oh, here's an ideal relationship. Here we go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, that was beautiful.